everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about isotopes. As you have seen on this board, I have written about protium, deuterium and tritium. So you must be wondering what are these three. Actually, isotopes are like different forms of the same element. As you can see, hydrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. Both are the same elements with the atomic number 1. What is the meaning of atomic number? Atomic number means the number of protons present in hydrogen is 1. So by now you must have understood that isotopes, they are like the different forms of one single element. One element is having mass number of 1, but one isotope is having mass number of 1 and another isotope is having mass number of 2 and another isotope is having mass number of 3. That means the mass numbers are different but the atomic numbers are same. Why the atomic numbers should be the same? Because if the atomic number changes, then also the element changes. So we don't want the element to be changed. So that's why only the mass number changes but not the atomic number. So these are the three isotopes of hydrogen. So let's see in detail how does protium looks, how many neutrons or how many protons or how many electrons it has. So first let's see about protium. Coming to protium, only one proton and one electron but no neutrons. That means it's just like the original hydrogen element which has only one proton and one electron but no neutrons. As you all know, the first element of the periodic table is hydrogen and it does not have neutrons, and even this isotope does not have neutrons. It just has the positively charged proton and the negatively charged electron. So let me draw. This is the proton if you think, and electron is revolving around it, circular orbit, and there's only one proton. So this is how protium looks like. This is one of a kind of the isotope of hydrogen atom. So deuterium, this is 2,1H. Why there is 2 here, we'll be finding out. First, this is proton, and there's also neutron in deuterium along with this negatively charged electron. That means comparing to protium, what does deuterium have? One extra, it has one neutron extra. That is why the mass number, what is the mass number here? It is 2. Atomic number remains same. So why the mass number is 2? Because in the last class I have told you the definition of mass number, which says that the total sum of protons and neutrons which are present inside the nucleus of an atom. That means sum of addition of protons and neutrons. So one proton and one neutron of deuterium isotope of hydrogen element. That is the reason why we have written 2 here. Why we have written 2? Because one proton plus one neutron gives us the mass number as 2. So this is a rule actually I have told you in the last class. Those who did not watch my last class, I will leave the link in the description down below. You can go and watch. So this is 2 because its mass number is 2. One proton plus one neutron gives us 2. So that's what. Coming to tritium or tritium, however you call it as, it is the same. So that is 3,1H tritium, and same again, it has one proton, 2 neutrons and one electron again. Why always there is only one electron and one proton? Can you tell me why? Because this is hydrogen. Hydrogen should have only one proton and one electron. No matter how many neutrons it may change, but proton should never change. If protons changes, then the electrons also should change so as to maintain the net charge 0. That means how many positives are there, that many negatives also should be there, right? So that's why we are never going to touch protons and electrons. We are going to remain it like that only, because we are talking about hydrogen, which initially has only one proton and one electron. We are only changing the number of neutrons here. And why the mass number is 3 here? Because one proton plus 2 neutrons here. Deuterium we had only one neutron. Here there are only 2 neutrons. So it gives mass number as 3U. So that's why 3,1H. So this is the way to write or represent the isotopes of hydrogen atom. So let's see about carbon's isotopes. If you have any kinds of doubts, you can just leave in the comment section down below. I'll answer them. So now coming to carbon, which is C, and C612 is one isotope, and also C614 is another isotope. That means you should have understood that why the number has changed, why the mass number has changed, because change in neutrons, exactly. So atomic number or the number of protons is 6 only, it is same, but mass number has changed, it is 12 and 14. So that's the thing here. Two isotopes of carbon, that means one has 6 protons and 6 neutrons, which gave us 12, and another one has 6 protons and 8 neutrons, which gave us 14U. Why I have written 8 neutrons? Why I can't write 8 protons? You should not write it like that, because 8 protons means it comes under oxygen atom. We are not discussing about oxygen here, only carbon. That's why always don't change the number of protons and also the number of electrons, only change the neutrons. So that's how you have to learn about the isotopes. So carbon is finished. Now coming to chlorine. So coming to chlorine, 3517Cl is one isotope, 3717Cl is one isotope. That means there are two isotopes for chlorine here. Same atomic number. Number 17th position is chlorine in periodic table. Hence the number of protons is 17. And also chlorine's mass number is 35 and 37. These are two isotopes. Now how to find the relative atomic mass? We have to take average of these two. And that one also we will be learning in this video only. So by now you should understand that isotopes means same atomic number but different mass number, and also the chemical properties will not change of all the isotopes. Hydrogen is a gas and all the three isotopes of hydrogens are gases only. Even chlorine, all these are like gases only, right? So the chemical properties or the reactivity will not change just because the isotopes are different. No, only the physical properties may change slightly. So that's the difference you have to know. And also chlorine exists in two forms in the nature abundantly. 1:3 is the ratio. 3517Cl is 3 and 1 is 37Cl17. So 1:3 is the ratio, right? You have to find the relative atomic mass or average atomic mass. So finding relative atomic mass or average atomic mass, it is the same only. So now let's see how do we calculate the relative atomic mass. 1:3, right? So 1:3, right? Now, so 37 into 1 plus 35 into 3 divided by 1 plus 3. How much does it give you? 37 plus 35 3 is 105 divided by 4, which gives 142 divided by 4, 2 7 235.5. So this is how I got 35.5 U. So this is how you calculate the relative atomic mass of chlorine. How I have calculated? As you already know the abundance of the isotopes of chlorine present in the nature. That means abundance means how much naturally it is found. Abundance means found, how much it is found in the nature. So 3517 isotope, it is found 75% in the nature and 25% is only 3717. That means if you take a small amount of chlorine and you see how many isotopes are there in that, 75% of the isotopes will be 3517 only, and only 25% is 3717. So that is why the ratio 1:3. That means 25% and 75%, which makes total 100%. So that's how we have to know. And calculating relative atomic mass, it's simple maths. I have calculated 37 into 1 because it is 1:3 ratio, and also plus you have to add it, right, because relative, plus 35 into 3, 3 is 75%, 1:3. So by divided by 1 plus 3, why I have made 1 plus 3? Because ratio is 1:3. So 37 into 1 is 37, 35 into 3 is 105, divided by 3 plus 1 is 4, and 142 divided by 4, which gives us 35.5. So this is how I have calculated relative atomic mass. So now you must be thinking, what if there are no isotopes for an element? Then the mass of the atom would be same as the number of protons and neutrons only. What is the need of calculating the relative atomic mass and all? Simply the mass, you will be calculating the number of protons and neutrons, and then you will be getting mass. So that's how you do it if there are no isotopes of that element. So that's all for today's class. I hope you have all understood about isotopes. Today we have discussed about three main things, that are isotopes of carbon, isotopes of hydrogen, isotopes of chlorine in today's class. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section down below. If you did not like my way of teaching, you can just dislike the video and comment what you did not like in this video. Or if you have any doubts, if you like my video, press the like button. And also, till now, if you did not subscribe to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, so that it gives me an encouragement to make new videos. So that's it, and tomorrow I'll be discussing about isobars and applications of isotopes in our real life. So thank you all.